Forget everything you think you know about trucks. While the West fights over tenths of aerodynamics in the steppes of Siberia and the Urals, machines of a different legend are forged. Trucks that do not fear mud, ice, or roads that simply disappear. 2026 will be the year in which this school of brutal and pragmatic engineering takes a step forward globally, not asking for permission but showing what they are capable of. Today, we reveal the 17 Russian colossi that, with their arrival, are about to teach the world that true strength is not a luxury, it is the foundation of everything. We start with number 17, a legendary name that is reborn with a modern fury. Number 17, Ural Next 2026 Road Version. The Ural is synonymous with all-wheel drive and extreme survivability, but for 2026, the Mayas factory takes a bold step, creating a Ural to dominate the extremely long and lonely straights of the M56 Lena Federal Highway or the M58 Amur. This road version of the Next maintains the 6x6 configuration for its stability and safety, but its soul has been reoriented. Under its new aerodynamic hood beats the 7-liter YAM Z530 motor, now equipped with a compound turbo system. A small turbocharger handles the immediate response at low revolutions, while a larger one takes over to guarantee a massive flow of air at high revs, achieving a flat torque curve and a fuel consumption reduced by more than 15% compared to its predecessors. The cabin, however, is where the true revolution lives. It is no longer a Spartan compartment, it is a space for the long-distance professional. It includes dual-zone air conditioning, wide bunks with ergonomic mattresses, and an infotainment system with satellite connectivity for navigation in areas without coverage. The Ural Next Road 2026 is proof that one can be a titan of the off-road and a prince of the highway. Number 16, Gazan Next 2026. The workhorse of 1,000 Russian companies receives its most radical transformation in decades. The Gazan Next 2026 completely abandons its angular and functional design for a bodywork that speaks the language of modern aerodynamics and space efficiency. Its lines are rounded, its sloped front not only reduces consumption but also improves pedestrian safety, a detail increasingly crucial for urban access. But the modernization goes beyond the skin. The Gazan Next positions itself as the most versatile universal light truck on the market, offering as standard a 6-speed automatic transmission that eliminates fatigue in heavy traffic and extends the life of the powertrain. Its boldest bet is the compressed natural gas (CNG) propulsion option. An engine specifically designed for this fuel offers a dramatically lower operating cost and almost zero particulate emissions, capturing the market of ecological and municipal fleets. With a load capacity that rivals its European competitors and a redesigned cargo space for more intuitive loading and unloading, the Gazan Next 2026 is not an evolution, it is a total reset that threatens the dominance of the old names in the light segment. Number 15, KAMAZ 54901 Neo 2026. KAMAZ, the giant from Naberezhny Chelny, takes its road flagship into a new era with the 54901 Neo. This truck already proved its worth in the Dakar, and for 2026, that racing philosophy is transferred to day-to-day efficiency. Its aerodynamics, already studied in their own right, incorporate active deflectors on the sides of the cabin and on the roof. These small spoilers adjust automatically according to the speed and the direction of the side wind, countering the forces that try to destabilize the trailer and constantly saving fuel. Upon climbing aboard, the driver finds an interior that no longer has anything to envy from European lounges. A completely digital instrument cluster and a large central touchscreen control everything from the climate to the advanced configuration of the vehicle. But the heart of the Neo is the new option under the hood, the 13-liter KAMAZ R6 engine. This unit, the fruit of years of development, delivers 550 horsepower with a beastly torque, but its true achievement is a revolutionary thermal efficiency and a simplified and more durable emissions after treatment system. The KAMAZ 54901 Neo 2026 is the statement that Russia can not only build trucks to win rallies, but also to win the efficient transport market. Number 14, ZIL Vozrojdenye 2026. A ghost returns to conquer the future. The ZIL brand, once synonymous with trucks for the Kremlin, is reborn with a bold and modern approach, the Vozrojdenye Renaissance. This medium urban distribution truck is an exercise in retro-futuristic design that combines the remembered right angles and robustness of the classic Zills with clean lines and signature LED lights. However, its true innovation is radical. It is launched exclusively with a modular electric chassis, BV. Thought out from scratch as an electric vehicle, it offers a range of 300 kilometers in urban cycle, sufficient for a full day of delivery. For those with longer routes or without charging infrastructure, it offers as an option a small gasoline engine that acts solely as a generator, range extender, doubling its total range without local emissions. Its focus on cities with strict environmental restrictions is total, and its design allows for ultra-low delivery bodies for ergonomic loading and unloading. The ZIL Возрождение 2026 is more than a truck. It is a symbol that the Russian industrial past can be the foundation of its cleaner future. Number 13, BAZ 64003 Vityaz 2026. When the terrain stops being dirt to become a sea of snow or mud, the rules change. The BAZ 64003 Vityaz is the undisputed king of that kingdom, and its 2026 version reinforces its crown. This heavy-duty tracked transport vehicle, used to move drilling equipment or platform modules in the Arctic, receives a cabin that looks like something out of a spaceship. Fully climate-controlled and pressurized with digital controls and screens showing the status of each of the tracks, the ground pressure, and the temperature of all critical systems. The turbocharged diesel engine is new, with electronic management that prioritizes constant torque at low revolution so as not to break the fragile layer of frozen ground, additionally improving efficiency by 20%. But its most ingenious system is the improved self-extraction. Load sensors in the tracks detect when the vehicle begins to sink, automatically activating a system that varies the pressure and the angle of attack of each section of the track to swim out of the obstacle. The Vityaz 2026 does not limit itself to crossing the white hell, it dominates it with an overwhelming technological coldness. Number 12, CAVS 42098 Strela 2026. Russian specialization reaches its maximum expression with the Strela Aero. Starting from the base of a CAVS low-floor urban bus, a unique chassis cabin in the world has been created. Its purpose is not to carry passengers through the city, but to transport teams of workers through the most hostile terrains, open pit mines, infrastructure works in tundra or taiga, and remote bases. For this, it has permanent 4x4 all-wheel drive, a high suspension with extreme travel to overcome rocks and logs, and a ground clearance that defies any obstacle. Its construction uses high-strength steels and state-of-the-art anti-corrosion treatments to resist years of exposure to chemicals, extreme humidity, and abrasion. The basic cabin for the driver can be complemented by specialized bodybuilders with modules ranging from seats for 30 people to mobile laboratories or emergency workshops. The CAVS 42098 Strela 2026 is the comprehensive solution for moving human capital to where no other vehicle can reach, proving that Russian engineering turns impossible logistical problems into daily routines. Number 11, Ural 63700 Tornado 2026. If there exists a concept of intelligent brute force, the Ural 63700 Tornado embodies it. This 8x8 Colossus, heir to a line of military and exploration vehicles, is updated for 2026 with systems that make it the ultimate beast of burden for environments where the road does not exist. Its new cabin, available even in a light-armored version for operations in risk zones, is a command center. From here, the driver can control the central tire inflation and deflation system, CTIS, adjusting the pressure of each individual wheel for sand, mud, rock, or asphalt on the fly, maximizing traction and minimizing damage to the terrain. With a load capacity of 20 tons in any configuration, the Tornado can carry water tanks, drilling equipment, or housing containers through deserts, swamps, or mountain slopes. Its high-displacement diesel engine is coupled to an automatic transmission with transfer cases that allow multiple reduction ratios, making climbing a mud slope with a trailer as simple as stepping on the accelerator. The Ural Tornado 2026 does not ask permission from the geography, it redraws it. Number 10, KAMAZ 65801 Dozor 2026. In the world of open-pit mining, where every minute of downtime costs tens of thousands of dollars, reliability is religion. The KAMAZ 65801 Dozor Watchman is the high priest updated for 2026. This ultra-high tonnage truck capable of moving more than 60 tons of ore introduces an electric retardation braking system, electromagnetic brake, of a power never seen before. This system, which brakes the vehicle by converting kinetic energy into dissipated heat, relieves the load on traditional service brakes, increasing their useful life by 300% and eliminating the risk of fade on the long descents of the mines. Additionally, it incorporates a predictive diagnostic system that monitors in real time vibrations, temperatures, and pressures in the engine, the transmission, and the axles, alerting days in advance of a potential failure. The cabin, a refuge in the middle of the dust, now features a positive pressure air filter system that maintains a clean interior environment with higher oxygen, combating operator fatigue. The Dozor 2026 does not only transport rock, it transports certainty. Number 9. Gaz Sobol 4x4 Professional 2026. The van that conquered Russian cities is transformed into a professional off-road explorer. The Gaz Sobol 4x4 Professional 2026 is designed for those whose workshop, clinic, or office must be in the most inaccessible place. Under its compact hood, it mounts a new 2.3-liter turbo diesel engine that delivers 150 horsepower, a perfect balance between power and consumption, but its soul is in the transmission. Selectable all-wheel drive with central locking and the option of rear and front differential locks make it a machine capable of getting out of quicksand or climbing icy slopes where a conventional pickup would get stuck. Gaz offers this chassis to bodybuilders to create specific solutions: emergency ambulances for remote villages, mobile workshops for communication tower repair, or mountain rescue units. Its manageable size hides a load capacity and a versatility that make it the most capable light utility vehicle in the world for extreme environments. The Sobol Professional 2026 proves that courage does not always need a large size. If you think this is only traditional robustness, wait to see what is coming. The next stage is not satisfied with surviving, it wants to dominate. Trucks with miniature nuclear propulsion, diesel-electric hybrids for the Arctic, and the concept of a transformable cabin that rewrites the rules of life on board. Number 1 is not a truck. It is a mobile power station that will make everything else seem obsolete, because what comes now is a leap into the technological void. Here, Russian engineers do not limit themselves to improving, they redefine. These 8 vehicles do not respond to the needs of the current market, but rather anticipate those of the future, deploying solutions so radical they seem extracted from a Soviet science fiction novel. We enter the territory of the exceptional, where each truck is a manifesto on wheels. Let us continue. Number 8. KAMAZ 63550 Arctica Hybrid 2026. Conceived for the vast white expanses where a route does not exist, the KAMAZ Arctica is the logical evolution of the articulated vehicle, taken to its purest and most electric expression. Its propulsion is an exercise in brilliant engineering. An isolated diesel module, located in the rear part and operating at a constant regime of maximum efficiency, acts solely as an electric generator. This electricity powers potent electric motors located in the hub of each of its enormous wheels, or rather, in its rubber tracks. This individual electric traction system allows for a torque vectoring control impossible in mechanical systems, granting supernatural traction and maneuverability over ice, deep snow, or swampy terrains. Additionally, the Arctica incorporates an emergency flotation system. Sealed air chambers in the chassis, and the tracks can be inflated with compressed gas to provide sufficient buoyancy in case of crossing a frozen river with a weak surface or falling into a snow-covered crevice. It is not a truck, it is a terrestrial amphibious vehicle designed to conquer the last unexplored places on the planet. Number 7. Ural Shaman 2026 Total Energy Concept. The Ural Shaman adopts an ancestral philosophy to be the center of the tribe and materializes it with cutting-edge technology. This robust 6x6 is not conceived only as a transport vehicle, but as an autonomous node of energy and communications. In its heart, it carries an integrated 50-kilowatt electric generator powered by an optimized diesel engine, or in a future version, by a fuel cell. This power is not to move the wheels, it has its own powertrain, but to export. Conceived for emergency rescue teams, construction outposts in virgin areas, and remote scientific operations, the Shaman can reach a location and become the cornerstone of a camp. It can simultaneously power lighting, kitchen equipment, heaters, heavy tools such as welders, and even serve as a mobile communications tower, deploying a telescopic mast with satellite radio antennas and telephony repeaters. It is Russian logistical capacity taken to its maximum expression, a single vehicle that carries civilization with it to any place. Number 6. BAS Bogatyr H2 2026. Bryansk Automobile Plant, BAS, launches itself to the forefront of heavy green mobility with the Bogatyr, Heroic Warrior, the first Russian road truck with a hydrogen fuel cell. This development, backed by state investment, is not an experiment, but a product focused on a specific ecological corridor, the route between Moscow and St. Petersburg. The Bogatyr uses state-of-the-art fuel cells that combine hydrogen stored in high-pressure cryogenic tanks with oxygen from the air, producing electricity to power its wheel motors and emitting only water vapor. Its figures are its main weapon, a projected range of 800 kilometers and a hydrogen refueling time of 15 minutes, matching the practicality of diesel. Its aerodynamic design and its silent operation make it ideal for logistical operations in metropolitan areas with noise and emission restrictions. The Bogatyr H2 is proof that Russia not only follows green trends, but has the industrial capacity to create its own high-level solutions. Number 5. KAMAZ 4308 Switch 2026. KAMAZ attacks one of the greatest drags on profitability in transportation: downtime. The Switch is a radical concept that decouples the useful life of the chassis from that of the cabin. It consists of a high-durability chassis with an electric or diesel powertrain which carries a standardized robotic coupling system. On this chassis, different functional cabin modules can be mounted in less than 1 hour. Do you need to make a long-distance trip? Attach the sleeper module, a comfortable cabin with bunks. Did you arrive at the destination and the truck must operate as a crane? An autonomous system removes the sleeper module and attaches the crane module with the integrated control cabin. Other options include tanker, command center for emergencies, or mobile workshop modules. This maximizes the utilization of the most expensive asset, the chassis, reduces the necessary fleet, and allows for instant specialization. The KAMAZ Switch 2026 does not sell a truck. It sells time and absolute versatility. Number 4. ZIL Taiga EV 2026. Logging, a vital sector for Russia, receives its first native electric truck designed from scratch for its brutal conditions. The ZIL Taiga EV is a rigid truck with a fierce appearance with steel protections on the lower part of the cabin, the wheel arches, and the sides of the battery compartment, capable of resisting the impact of sliding logs or loose rocks. Its most critical innovation is in the battery system. It employs a direct immersion cooling system where the battery cells are submerged in a dielectric fluid that does not conduct electricity but dissipates heat ultra efficiently. This allows for fast charging cycles even in extreme cold conditions and protects the cells from vibrations and shocks. In the rear, it integrates an electric crane arm that is powered directly from the same high-voltage battery pack, allowing logs to be loaded without the need for an auxiliary diesel engine. The Taiga EV operates in silence, reducing noise pollution in the forest and with zero emissions, making the exploitation of its most precious resource sustainable. And number 3. ATOM TTE Energy Technology Transport 2026. This is the most specialized and potentially revolutionary vehicle on the list. Developed under a state project, the ATOM TTE has a unique mission: to transport and service low-power modular nuclear reactors, SMR, a technology in which Russia is a world leader. Its design is a lesson in engineering focused on safety. The cabin is completely armored with composite materials that include lead and polyethylene plates to protect the crew from neutron and gamma radiation. A sophisticated real-time monitoring system shows radiation levels at each point of the vehicle and the cargo. The chassis is extremely long, maximizing the distance between the cabin and the transported reactor module, thus reducing exposure. Additionally, it incorporates robotic manipulator arms and remote connection systems so that technicians can perform maintenance tasks on the reactor from the safety of the armored cabin. The Atom TTE is not a commercial product. It is the logistical key to deploying the nuclear energy of the future in remote places of the Arctic or Siberia, and a testimony to sovereign-level technological capabilities. Number 2. KAMAZ Marauder Autonomous Platform 2026. Here, automation reaches its purest and most useful expression. The KAMAZ Marauder is a modular chassis without a cabin, a steel skeleton with a powertrain, suspension sensors, and brain. Designed for operations in open-pit mines, oil extraction fields in extreme conditions, or radioactive chemical disaster zones, it operates with a level 4 of autonomy in delimited off-road environments. Controlled by an artificial intelligence that processes data from multiple LiDAR sensors, radar, thermal cameras, and GLONASS satellite signals, the Marauder can perform loading and unloading cycles, transport, and positioning continuously, 24 hours a day, without fatigue and exposing zero operators to danger. Its modular platform can be coupled to dump boxes, tankers, or specialized equipment. Its arrival redefines the economy of the extractive industries, promising a monumental increase in productivity and the end of workplace accidents in the most dangerous operations. It is the workforce of the future, tireless, precise, and immune to risk. Number 1. The Invincible, Russia, MZAT 79,221-1, Element 2026. And we reach the top, to the pinnacle not only of this list but of Russian engineering ambition in road transport. Created by MZKT, the legendary Belarusian factory supplier of chassis for the Topol-M and Yars intercontinental ballistic missiles, the Element is a hyper-truck that transcends the category. Its propulsion system is a masterpiece of redundancy and efficiency. A main diesel engine and a gas microturbine function as generators in a series hybrid system, charging a large bank of batteries that power electric motors on each axle. This design gives it a target efficiency of more than 5 kilometers per liter, a staggering figure for a 40-ton 8x8. Its structure uses composite materials and titanium alloys at stress points, drastically reducing the empty weight. But it is the cabin that makes it a legend. It is an 18-square-meter luxury apartment on wheels, with a bedroom with a double bed, a full bathroom with a shower, an equipped kitchen, and an office area. Designed for elite crews on ultra-long-distance missions or for executives in extreme land mobilizations, it can maintain a habitable interior climate from plus 50 degrees Celsius in the desert to minus 50 in the Arctic, with autonomy to cross continents without refueling. The Rosia MZKT Element 2026 does not scare the competition, it nullifies it. It is not a transport vehicle, it is a mobile fortress, a symbol of technological sovereignty that says, without the need for words that some nations do not build for the market, they build for history. The global market will no longer be a monologue of Western brands. This year marks the emergence of a different philosophy. Where others see obstacles, Russian engineering sees the natural playing field. These 17 trucks prove that innovation does not have a single flag. They arrive to remind us that in the real world, beyond the perfect asphalt, reliability, robustness, and extreme adaptation are the true currencies of exchange. Is the competition prepared for this challenge? Time and mud will tell.